Good morning, it's April 18th. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Raise it up higher. Got to stay at Seeley camp with everybody from the Stanables hostel. Ran into everybody. It's like we have our own little private bubble of older folks who are hiking. So today I got slated some big miles. The gradient's like 590 something. So that's a pretty big day to chew. I may have to change my plans as the pain starts growing. But I'm hoping to get some big miles in today, even though the elevation changes are pretty rude. Yesterday they were pretty rude too, and I only got 15 or 16 miles in. Forgot to turn the app back on for a quarter mile or so, but that doesn't matter. Could have been half. Oh, it's like a swamp down there. A whole bunch of water. Yeah, you know what you're looking at right here is our last source of water for 10 miles. So that kind of sucks. Probably gonna be a warm day too. Ooh boy. Somehow I get to navigate this without falling in. Yeah. But anyway, so far none of the rocks have wiggled. That's pretty cool. There, how was that? Wasn't that fun? Anyway, yeah, some really nice people. All of them have a lot of stories to tell because, well, they're my age, so they've lived life, you know. They've done stuff, which is exciting, you know, because it's a lot to hear. A lot of people are very well traveled. I am not. Oddly enough, I don't like travel so far, having moved so much as a kid. But especially if you're in Monterey, right? Why would you leave? Why travel? You're already there. Anyway, that's what I tell people. It's a beautiful day so far. I think the rain's staying off of us for a few days, so I've got time to make it to Waynesboro. There's no hostel in Waynesboro. I don't know how to work Waynesboro. They said it's a very hiker-friendly town. A lot of trail angels there that'll help if you need. The YMCA has free showers, and the Park Service will let you camp, but I don't know what that means. How do I get to the Park Service? How do I get to the YMCA? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I do need a place to stay to recover because these next 2 days I got 20 miles slated each day just to make it to Waynesboro. And I was hoping if I did get there in 2 days, this day included, I could see K2 again. Yay! And check up on how his legs are doing. Make sure he's okay. And if he isn't, try to convince him to stop until they are okay. Enjoy his company. He's a great guy. He's a butt kicker, man. I'll tell you. He hikes like he's 24. Denies it the whole time. But he's hanging up there with the 24-year-olds. I don't know. He's a monster. So anyway, another beautiful day in Virginia. Virginia's getting steeper and more intense as you get through her. So she's not letting up today at all. I think I got like a 2,500 foot drop followed by a 2,500 foot climb with lots and lots of up and downs in between that are 300 to 500 feet. So I think the total elevation gain and loss today is something like 11 grand. So yeah, I'll be tired. But hoping for the seasonal springs to be flowing, because there's not a lot of water on this trail due to the elevation. So, spend a lot of time on top of the hills here, and not a lot in the valley where the water is. So got to be constantly reminded of water. Ooh, the trail's nice right here. But yeah, looking forward to a lot of pain and gain today. So far it's been a beautiful morning. I'm taking my time, saving the energy for later. But the sun's in a hazy mode, so it's not too hot. Having a good day. I'm not sure if this is the primary part of my nemesis today, which would be reaching a peak of almost 4,000 feet to drop down 2,500 feet and go back up again on the other side. That might be my day right there. I'm gonna take it easy for now because I save some energy for later. It's beautiful out right now. It's a little warm. Could use some more water sources. I haven't been taking on water, but it's getting warm enough to start. I guess I passed everybody from the Stanables and some of the younger kids who were hiking yesterday. But it's neither here nor there. It's not a contest. I'm enjoying the beauty. Mostly I just look down at the ground. That's my view all day long. Once in a while I look up looking for a blaze and start getting nervous. If I don't see one for a while, I'll turn around, look over my shoulder, see if there's one the other way. That doesn't work. You open up the app and look. But you zoom in close enough, because I've had some where I wasn't zoomed in. It looked like I was on the trail. In reality, I was near the trail. Not good. Anyway, I think I got to go over that big lump there. It seems to be pushing me that way. So a couple of lumps this morning, the trail went around them. Oh, it was wonderful. Didn't have to go over them. And the trail is nice and, you know, nice grade, nice, no rocks. Like right here, all of a sudden there's no rocks again. Very nice. Anyway, I'll get to you later when I'm on top of this bump. Well, it's the camera shot symbol, so I walked over to see what the camera shot was. This is it. That ridge at the bottom we climbed up earlier today. Sharp on one side. Try not to let the wind blow me off here. Yeah, Virginia's going off the whole time. Never lets up. Beautiful state. It's quite the ridge. I'm going to drop down 3,000 feet in 6 miles, and then I'm going to go back up 3,000 feet in about 6 miles. So it's this part's going to be difficult for me because, well, that's a lot of miles. Not miles, but elevation change with the miles. But I'm going to take it real slow and easy so that I can retain some energy for later in the day when we get to those small little 250-foot bumps or 400 or 500-foot bumps that just murder you at the end of the day. Oh boy. So it's a complicated trail today as far as keeping track of where your feet go. Try not to fall on your butt. Falling in a rock field is not a good idea. So try not to step on round or rolly things, and things that look stable and stiff you stand on. got to make a million decisions real fast, but that's normal. So kind of getting out of the hiking aspect of this and more into the climbing. But yeah, it's pretty wicked cool though. I mean, look, you got this on left, and then just a little bit over here to the right. It's Virginia all around you. Pretty sketch. I don't like doing this without both poles, but just want you to see a little taste of what it's like. Coming down, I'm going half speed right now because I don't have both poles in hand. That's okay. Like I said, I'm gonna take it easy. But yeah, scary pretty day, you know, it's nice. I'm pretty sure because I've been paying attention and keeping it slow and moderating myself this morning to save energy for later in the day, that I'll be fine. Ugh. Anyway, yeah. Good times in the land of plenty. I had a nice dinner last night. I did a couple of barbecue chickens from Starkist. I put them into the instant mashed potatoes, which almost overflowed. I couldn't stir it that well because I had I put the chicken in the boiling hot water so it would mix evenly throughout the mashed potatoes, but it left no room for me to mix the mashed potatoes. So next time I'll just go ahead and do what I've been doing. Just dump the mashed potatoes in the hot water. When it turns into mashed potatoes, and then put the meat in. It's a hearty meal. I don't know if it's good for you or not, but it sure goes down well. Yeah. Oh, our Father for that one. And yeah. Had a chat with Doug. Slapshot, they call him now. He's a Canadian guy who's through hiking. Really like him. He's a nice guy. And saw Scar and Chica the other day. I'm not familiar with the other names of the other folks there. They've been traveling together for a while, and I keep bumping into them, but I haven't really sat down and spent time with them, so it makes me sad that I'm gonna miss out. I think one guy was a police officer who's been down to Antarctica. He was up in Alaska. He's an amazing guy. I don't know his name, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty amazing. And then there's a couple walking along. And again, I feel really bad about not knowing their names. There's a lot of folks from Stanables. A lot of them. Of course, I did run into Fixin' To, which I keep running into him all the time. He's just a great guy. Got such a good attitude, and he's I think he's doing this the smartest way possible. You know, he finds a hostel, he stays there for 3 or 4 days, and while he's there for 3 or 4 days, he gets transported out and then hikes back toward the hostel. So he gets his miles in that way. And what's nice is hostels tend to be at the bottom of a hill, so, or down in a valley, if you will. So you hike down into the hostel, and then you have someone drive you up. Instead of having to hike up out of there, you hike back down the other direction, in the southbound direction. And that sends you back to the hostel, and you miss out on a good climb and avoid it. And yet you still get your miles in. It's brilliant. And you can do it without wearing a backpack because your backpack's back at the hostel. So he's smart guy. Oh, I was going to say smarter than he looks. Anyway, he's a great guy. So there's a whole bunch of folks out here that I'm familiar faces. I got to get to know their names better so I can call them out on these videos and let them know I care about them. I did send out a text message to Heike, but I haven't heard back from him. I don't know if he's on the moon or not. The guy's such a fast hiker, and I'm pretty sure Cinnabon Buns is gone. I need to text him again and Let's see how those young folks are plowing along. I wonder how many weeks ahead they are now. But God bless them, and I hope they do well because they're wonderful people. I love them dearly. I had a lot of fun down at Angel's Rest with making a total ass out of myself, but hanging out with Cyclops and listening to his awesome taste in music and getting a little bit of an education. And 3030 is a dear friend, and I will miss and do miss greatly. He says he works in Yellowstone. He says if I ever go out there, he's going to hook me up. But I'd just like to visit him. He's a great guy. Broke my heart to see him get off the trail because I knew that he found his happy place in life is on the trail, and having to leave that, it crushed me. I have a little too much empathy, I think. It just crushed me. So I hope he's doing okay, and I pray that he's content, or finding peace every day. A good guy like that deserves it. Anyway, enough jocularity. I got to get another pole in the ground here before I bite the dust. Bite! Getting closer. A lot of downhill. Then I got to go all up that hill. All this altitude will get redone again immediately, without a rest. Okay. Whew. Probably break something slip sliding down that thing. A nice water source. I don't know when the next one is. I'll have to check the out. But maybe it's a good time to cook some lunch. Get something salty in me instead of sugary. So far so good today. We haven't started our climb yet. And when we do, it's gonna kill me. I'm down climbing for hours. And we'll be up climbing for hours. Anyway. Trying to go across this puppy. Doing it live. Can you imagine? I live. This looks like a good place to take a break and check things out. So that's what we're going to do. It took all morning to walk off that big mountain. I'm wondering if this is the low point here. Whether the rest of it's all uphill for a lot longer because we go uphill slower. Ah! Lord's Prayer. Ooh, these things are wiggly. Should soak my leg in there, but I got a lot of miles to do. Oh. So I got to change up the muscles to do 4 or 5 hours of uphill, 3,000 feet and 6 miles. Not too bad. It's gonna kill me. What am I saying? There's no water. So I'm filled up right now, but we got a long way to go. Pretty cool. Hope I get my miles in. And steadily climbing. This mountain's fairly steep and rocky, so the trail is real rocky as well. But looking out across the way, I'd say it's about halfway up on the mountain that I'm on. get some different views. Yeah, it's brutal. I think the last of the water's behind me now, so I got to be careful with it. I have to make it to camp because otherwise I won't have water. But I'm knackered. I'm going to take a break here, I think. Somewhere along the trail in the wind. But it's a little bit warm today. But I still got a long, long way to go. I didn't take a break. But anyway, I'm on the shoulder of the, sorry about that, first mountain. Connects us to the very, very, very high mountain that's behind this. And I'm just on the shoulder of the first mountain. And then there's a big bump for the head of this mountain. And then we have to come down and then face the really big mountain. And then I believe there's some down and ups that equate to at least 500 feet before I get to camp and water. It's really hot out, especially when we're on the south side, we're out of the wind, facing southwest. Anyway, I'm due for a rest. Whew. And like floating around with the butterflies leading the way here. I'm on the shoulder of the first mountain, but you can start to see the layout here. More butterflies. They land on me and everything. I feel blessed. Even though my feet feel cursed. But we're starting to get up here where the spring is a little less. Down below we started seeing shade from the leaves, which helped the temperature a bit. There's a spot to relax. Okay, I can do this. Anyway, you can see I got some rocks to go up and over. Be another couple hours. We'll get her done or die. Well, heading up Chimney Rock. Yeah, that's the trail. Whee! Just made it to the top of Chimney Rock. And now I've got the big boy. What's worse is the backside of it is super steep coming down, and I don't like that. It's about 5 miles to camp. 4.5 they say, but I don't believe that. I think it's more like 5. It's 2 miles from here to the top of that bastard. And so that means an hour from now I'll be up there, all panting and sweating. We're making progress, you know. Picked a tough day for a 20 miler, 20 mile plus. But I did get a 15 or 16 yesterday. I was able to rest. So I did 20 and then a 16, and I'm doing another 20. And another 20 gets me into town with no hostel and no plans or nothing. I don't know what to do when I get to town. I'll just do a hotel. Whatever. But anyway, I'm glad to be over this little bump and start the final bump. It's intimidating. It's 1,000 feet once we stop going down. And it's very rocky and complex, so you really have to pay attention to your feet. It's not easy. It's not an easy climb today. The trail's been very difficult. Which makes it exciting, right? It's a lot of rocks and boulders. So you really have to pay attention to every move. The goody polished stuff. Could be worse. Could be wet. But yeah, I bit off a lot to chew today. Which means tomorrow's really going to be miserable. Unless I recover overnight, which happens. you know, you get a good night's rest and feet start acting good, and yeah, everything lines up. Anyway, I gotta get at it. It smells like spring in here. Woo. Yeah, definitely summer hitting in spaces and spots. Lots of bugs. Just peeled 2 ticks off of me. So we're back in that sort of thing. Gotta look at every inch of your body before you go to bed, which is fine. Anyway, I'm gonna put this away so I can use 2 sticks. So I come over the mountain. Now I'm coming around the back side of it. I'm waiting to see if there's gonna be another bump, you know, like the false summit, but it's feeling a lot like, no. I passed a couple of young boys. I think they're scouts or something. They didn't like a family. It looked like a family. But anyway, I got some real steep downs to do, which I'm not really a fan of. I think I got about 3 miles to get to camp, and it's 5 o'clock-ish right now, so I get to camp around 6, 7, depending on how bad this is. And then hope there's more people. Anyway, talk to you later. It's 5:17. I got 2 miles to get to camp. The hill is proving to be a little bit steep. Pretty windy. Woo! Sketchy. So, get down that mountain there. After climbing up it, all the way down the valley, up to Chimney Rock, and 1,000 feet up to that big guy, over the top of it, coming down. I'm not getting out of here any further, man. I swear this way will kill me. I don't know what kind of a drop off we have here, and I'm not gonna go look. It's pretty. It's trying to kill me. I'm just finishing up a 250-foot bump. Maybe it's less than that, I don't know. Maybe a couple hundred feet. And then it's supposed to be downhill to the campsite. These little bumps at the end are hard. That's right at the end. Pretty. I am beat, man. We ended up hiking 11 hours today. 11 or 12. That should put me at 24 miles, but we had such huge grades. It's almost 600, the grade on the app. It was harder than the Smokies any day. So, yeah, it was quite challenging. Yeah. I think it's one of those deals where the more you walk, the further away your destination gets. The more it slip slides away. Anyway, yeah. We get to camp. Well, that was the hardest day of my life as far as hiking is concerned. I found my glasses. They weren't in the pocket because I took them out of the pocket like I was supposed to do, but I didn't get them out of the tent. We'll see how they do. Anyway, I'm in this official campsite. It's really quite beautiful. That was a long day for me. You know, 3,000 foot drop, cruise across a valley, and then 3,000 feet up, and then another 1,500 down. I'm knackered. That was a big day. But we made it.